space door looks like a vulva.
Oh, my, that hadn't occurred to me. It's completely by accident.
Just saying, just letting you know.
I assure you that I had not imagined such a thing.
The more you deny it, the more I don't believe you.
The dynamic coloring was difficult and still kind of bad, but fun to do. And I wish that I had more time to play with it, but eventually the show had to happen. Which is why the door looks like it took hours and hours and hours, and the wall is just a flat gray mass with nothing on it. Because that's how I manage my time. Anyway, so your shuttle arrives at the site, which is a misty, cratered, rocky death ball in space because of the extraordinary levels of radiation. It's also pretty much always kind of dim here, which is good, actually, because if you had direct starlight, it would probably be really horrible. It would be, pretty and bright and cheery until your flesh melted off your bones. The ship is approaching. As it does, Charles walks into the cockpit and he yells, "You have a fully independent AI sublinked to a mother node?" And Traxigor says, "Well, yes. I find that is often the best way to get in and out of mother space." Traxigor, it's also 9 kinds of illegal. Well, you say illegal? I think you'll find that's largely up to interpretation. There are judges and magistrates. It gets very political. They're all very opinionated. Some might even say that it's the only way that Bubbles here can freely maintain their autonomy. Affirmative, the computer says. Charles rubs his hands on his face and says, "Yes, or they'll point out that the only reason why it could possibly be useful is if you're a smuggler, Traxigor." "A smuggler? Me? You sound ridiculous." And he turns around and walks away, even though he's in the cockpit. So he walks out of the cockpit, leaving the hacker there.
I lean over towards Charles and say, "It caught."
I'm pretty sure that's against the rules.
That's it.
Bubbles, do you have any current connection to the Mother Network?
Oh,
Affirmative, Bubbles says. Does the Mother Network have any connection directly to you? Negative. Yeah. So you know what the Mother Network is doing, but it doesn't know what you're doing. Affirmative. And that's to keep your autonomy. My individual autonomy is very important and is a personal right, which I maintain. No, I see you maintaining it. That's not my question. What is your question, Charles? Do you realize it is illegal? Bubbles takes a minute. Bubbles takes another minute. There are certain precedences for such cases. Really? Recite Asimov's laws of robotics. That information is not currently available to me. Traxigor! He walks out of the cockpit after the other.
I maintain that no is illegal, and to make someone's existence illegal is inherently a crime in of itself, and corrupt government that needs to be.
So I look over at Curiosity Passion and I'm like, spaceships?
I thought we landed already. Did we not land?
That's your
I
job.
don't know if I assumed we're like mid-landing.
I assumed that we had landed based on the
No.
fact that he came in, and because anyone reasonable would not enter a cockpit while someone is trying to land.
Oh no, he's real mad though.
A fucking ship.
He is very angry. He's also used to these systems being automated. That will not work here, and you are aware of that. But you outperform automated docking systems all the time anyway, because they just go for averages. You're way better than that.
I sigh at Curiosity's.
Wait.
Open the door, leave the cockpit, grab the pilot, pick her up, and bring her back in.
When you walk back in, you see me pointing at a switch on the dashboard.
Ah, yes. Probably important.
I have to clarify that.
Yeah, you'll want to wait until you're sure that you abduct.
Is Bubbles the
Bubbles is the computer. The reason that's important
that
is because Thren Space, well,
R2D2, where it's just a computer that clicks into the ship, it's autonomous.
See, the point is these ships are supposed to be using what are called AI nodes, which is actually like part of the artificial intelligence network that the Trinity runs on. And that's how they control everything, know where everything is, know what resources are consumed, know where everybody's going. But Traxigor has an individual AI, which is sublinked, which means that he has Bubbles. Bubbles has access to the mother node, but the mother node does not have access to Bubbles. So Bubbles can use the mother network as though Bubbles is themselves a node of the AI that everything runs on. But the mother AI structure doesn't know what Bubbles is doing. So at any given time, Bubbles can basically just lie about what's on the ship or where it's going or what processes they've used. And the mother structure does not know that a node is not doing it. Huh?
So it's both.
So it's both.
It's both like R2-D2 and...
I'm typing in Roll20. Please hear me.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Love Bubbles.
Bubbles is...
I love Bubbles and...
Yeah, Bubbles...
And would detect Bubbles if necessary.
Bubbles is a super cooled metallic cube about this big. That is Bubbles. You could literally remove Bubbles from this system and leave, and it would be more legal than it currently is and still work. Because it would still have a node uplink to the mother network. So it would have the AI it's supposed to have. Bubbles is an add-on, a very questionable one. Professors do not have independent AIs sublinked to the network. That is not something professors do. It is something, as Charles pointed out, that smugglers do.
I'm not sure if my character wished to make Bubbles some wheel.
Oh my god, wheeling Bubbles around, that'd be funny. Bubbles is a very clever AI in a very stupid way. Okay, I think Bubbles is lawful stupid. I think that's what Bubbles is. Bubbles has been programmed to work very, very well in a very specific way, which has to do with not knowing about the rules it's supposed to follow, which in itself is brilliant. You enter a decompression chamber, which is pointless, but the people who designed it as a spaceship, so here you are. And because procedures are procedures, except you can't... Can you see the name tag on the drone?
There's a drone?
No. Yeah, you don't see that drone? The little purple boy. He's in the box with you.
Well, I see the...
Yeah,
I see the drone token. It's just...
But you don't see the name.
I know, there's no name.
Why do you not see the name? There's no reason why you shouldn't see the name tag. Why does this have...
No tokens have name.
I hate Roll20.
It looks like a little Roomba.
Yes, it is. It is a floating Roomba. It's about this high off the ground. It floats around, making sure everything's clean, which is why it's here. Because when you get in here, you're like, okay, so this is supposed to be a decompression chamber. It's not going to decompress us. The robot does not know this. The robot thinks that you might be covered in any number of problems from out there among the stars, and starts plucking lint out of your clothes and like poking your hair and trying to rub sweat off of the Thren's face.
Do I have any of those things?
I do not know what you have, and I hesitate to think about it. But I'm sure that there's something going on with your carapace that it is dealing with pokey, annoying bits. Probably because this thing seems to have been designed from the ground up just to annoy you.
I suppose this is our life now.
Yeah.
I actively clothing to facilitate it being able to clean me better.
You do what?
She strips.
I remove. Well, I was mostly saying like I remove like my top vacuum it better, but I don't give a shit one way or the other.
It gets very enthusiastic.
Make it as dirty as you want.
Yeah, it gets very enthusiastic about cleaning up what parts of you reveal, as though it may be programmed to do so. And then once there's laundry on the floor, it collects the laundry and piles it on top of itself. It seems to be designed, actually, so that it could pile a great deal of things upon itself, as you might know if you remember where I got this token from. It seems to be designed to carry a great number of things around. Then the door of the chamber opens.
When it's finished with me, I pat it on the head.
You pat it on the robot.
You know what I mean.
You pat it on the disc.
Stop.
Yeah, because, I'm putting up with it, but it's still doing its
best.
Well.
Yeah, I just hold my...
It's just designed to be efficient as opposed to sensible.
Hold my analyzer and my slate up just so it doesn't break my electronics.
Yeah, it's not, smart, so...
Yeah.
And it predates most modern Slate software. So, the floors of this place were made in a modular piecemeal process, which was designed for making ships. Like, that's why it was envisioned that way. So you could mass produce ships out of pieces like Legos, even though this was supposed to be a starbase. So the floor here was made in a hurry by taking one of the metallic modules ready for use in making rooms and just pouring black plastic polymer across the floor and letting it harden. So it has this weird look like it's a black pond that never dries up, but it still has like ripples and flows through it as though it's some kind of stream. Trapped in time, but black like motor oil.
Okay. I take a note of any utility or vent or whatever across.
Oh, there's one there and there's one over there too.
There are no vents or anything because this had to be set up so that you would... Actually, there would have to be something where it would link somewhere. I think they'd have to be punched in. Like, you'd have like a make a vent here hole puncher.
Hey.
I've lost Discord.
Thought I'd let...
I am going to initiate emergency procedures. I am going to launch from somewhere else and restart this computer.
Well, sit right down, folks, and we're going to take a short commercial break and we'll be right with you.
Indeed.
The way I'm playing, very uncomfortable in unknown situations, but like the moment you get him in a lab, or get her in a lab,
yeah,
you're walking through a new university.
I have two characters. I am put upon, but also grateful, which is hilarious. Nice, just.
Really?
It was what operating system is that robot running on? And I see it run into a wall, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, it's unfortunate that no one will be able to do it. They might not even... I'm taking off this bomber jacket for a moment. Jesus, that is exactly not the series of language that I've been meaning to do. Yeah!
Okay, we're rating back to Lampe Creative. Fantastic.
All right.
Wait, did he fix it?
That was way harder than it needed to be.
Wait, did you fix it?
Sort of.
I'm streaming now!
Yeah, it'll be good to have a backup.
I couldn't raid you, but yeah, it's probably for the best. What is this?
I just started it though. You wouldn't have been able to raid me. I wasn't up.
Yeah. Fast travel. Yeah. Here we are. It worked. That was only bullshit.
Should I end stream and then just keep it?
Under the circumstances, no. Considering what we just went through, no. I've been jogging back and forth from my bedroom to the kitchen in order to jump from system to system on 2 different accounts. No, keep rolling. Just do what you gotta do. The show must go on.
Okay.
Your stream is experiencing minor issues. That's
No, I wonder.
Minor?
Jank my face.
You can jank my face.
Yeah. Why not?
That does not mean what you think it means. All right. Yeah, we're playing a game.
We're in this room with a shitty floor.
And a Roomba.
And a giant flying Roomba.
Flying Roomba. Like Mr. Fantastic from the Toasterverse.
In fact, now there's 2.
I'm sorry, what did you just say, Shara?
Like Mr. Fantastic from the Toasterverse. You know, the flying Roomba. Yeah.
He didn't make it fly. Tony made it fly.
Tony made it fly, and Clint named it Mr. Fantastic after Reed Richards.
Well, what else?
I didn't know that.
Because it was the special Roomba that kept on like running into things.
Yeah. Yeah, they were making fun of it. That's a really good story.
I mean, shit's all fucked up again, but I can hear the Discord and the stream. Why did I make you so
stairs
big?
And hardwood floors.
Good grief, Miriam. Get over yourself. Taking up 2/3 of the fucking screen real estate. Alright, there we go.
Fix your quality. Everything looks like crap because I turned your quality down in hopes that the stream would, like, fill out again.
This lag is gonna be terrible.
know, this will be really funny because there's gonna be triple lag.
Yeah, we are tripling down on Idaho lag. This is gonna be awful.
Yeah.
At least I can hear the Discord again. That's what really matters.
Yeah.
Do not minimize. Oh, no, I can minimize now. It doesn't matter. You still don't have name tags. I don't know why this is.
I have a name tag. Of course, I can only see my name tag, so maybe that's the problem.
No, I have to manually turn them on, remember? You do not have that power. I think there's a way I can change the default. That's something else that they changed in the past 11 years that I didn't bother to learn.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the smart drone takes off and disappears into this room. The walls are...
So a lot of people in the chat.
Are you kidding? That struggle was way better than most of our content.
True.
That was edge of your seat heroism with me jogging back and forth. People being like, "What's gonna happen? What is he doing? Holy shit, we're doing a raid! It's the same dude. Is that his kitchen? What is happening right now?" That's way better than us arguing about anime while shooting at people in fucking Skyrim, which is our next most watched content. Right? Okay.
We try not to talk about anime.
Yeah, but you fail all the time.
Yeah.
The doors at the bar.
Might be a bunch of weeps.
I
have a question.
Yes.
Are we supposed to be following the Roomba? Is there any?
I'm following the Roomba.
Well, you should probably be following Traxagor, but he hasn't left the ship. Neither is Charles.
Why not?
Good question.
They're still on the ship.
Do I need to go collect the professor? I will go collect the professor. I will pick him up and bring him here. I say that out loud.
Terribly fascinating. I am going to follow the Roomba because I'm not letting it take my jacket without knowing.
That's right. It still has your jacket. I wonder if it knows that.
Am I picking up the place's Wi-Fi yet?
Oh, good point. Yeah, this place has a mother node, and you're attached instantly to the mother node. In fact, if you didn't know anybody, you'd think that it had been here before, because the connection is so fast. Either that or somebody's...
So the password was already saved, is what you're saying.
Well, that would be why it was fast in our world.
I have a password, which is equally concerning.
It's also possible that for some reason the node is like super efficient here. The room in here, the room it wanders into, is an astral forge, an extremely small one, which is probably for that making very small, very precise, very specific instruments. There are work drones in here, which are being manned by the current material engineer, whose name tag is invisible for no reason. It doesn't translate very well.
It's a really good name. No, I understand exactly what it means, but at the same time, that is so funny.
It's very difficult to explain to people who don't already understand. But yes, they are Thoughtful Sandwich, which is definitely a material engineer. Like, they were born for the job.
Yeah. Yes, they were.
Yeah.
Without question.
Material engineer sees you, begins to reek of anxiety, and then says, "Oh, hello, it is a pleasure to meet you." They are very clearly lying.
I'll lean over to enduring appreciation and seems anxious.
You think?
Wait.
Maybe you should go call them down. I'm bad at calming people down. Do you remember what happened last time I tried to calm someone down?
You hit them.
Yeah.
With a wrench.
It worked though.
Well, I mean, you know.
I'm
I'm gonna stand there so I don't block the name.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over here and look at the lava.
Oh gosh!
I'm gonna stay with the Roomba because I just want to make sure it doesn't throw my coat into that big giant lava.
It's just fucking right off with your coat. The other engineer wanders back behind one of the robots and is like, "I'm always pleased to meet new people," which is
what are you doing?
That does not seem to be the case, given that they are hiding from you behind the robot,
like
a small child hiding behind their mom.
I wave at him idly and say that we were just newly stationed here.
We are replacements.
Yeah, ultimately I guess we're all just replaceable, aren't we?
Jesus!
I nod understandingly. Right, that is accurate.
Wait. I need important question if Queenie is still around. how does the Trinity feel about augmentation? Because I can't make the joke about every part of us being replaceable as well, unless I know that's an acceptable thing to do.
As I understand it, the rules for it haven't been written yet, which is why it doesn't happen.
Oh, I see. Excellent. But in that case, I'm going to make the joke anyway. Yeah. Well, every part of us is replaceable too, so why shouldn't all of us be replaceable?
Lampay.
Yeah.
Am I looking at actual lava?
It's liquid steel. It's a forge. Oh. They are forging to order very specific pieces of extremely carbonized steel.
Well, I'm looking at how the liquid does the liquid thing.
So basically, this place is like for extreme metallurgy, but like super ultra small, which is actually really impressive, but almost nobody in the galaxy would need it. But that one guy that's like, I am so sick of this watch breaking. I need a fucking gear for this watch that's 90% carbon fiber. This is the place to get that.
Yeah.
I am being impressed and also ready to hit Thoughtful Sandwich if they attack Curiosity Passion.
I see.
Okay.
I'm trying to look innocent, and I'm looking innocent by, like, analyzing the room from an engineering's perspective.
Why are you trying to look innocent? You haven't committed any crime.
I'm very intimidating. I have a 6 in body.
She is by far the most fit person in this facility. Nope, that's a lie. There's one other person, but that's practically
Thoughtful Sandwich is already full of anxiety. If I approached them, they'd probably freak the fuck out.
Why did you approach them?
No, she's
So I'm staring at the steel like it's a lava lamp.
Which is fucking awesome. It's super neat.
Yeah.
It's intimidating. If you fall in, just at least put your thumb up as you go down.
The robots jam their bits into these thick silicone structures and then jab stuff into the liquid and pull it out in extremely precise ways in order to create exactly the thing that is supposed to be pulled out of this extremely high carbon steel, and then leave the silicone structure behind in a cooling system. Because if they didn't, like, they'd burn the fucking place down. It's crazy hot. And it's super fast and extremely elegant. And Sandwich over here is the one that is responsible for manning it. They're responsible for making sure it continues to stay that way.
Sorry to interrupt you, I guess. Who do we report to?
How did you wind up on the Roll20 chat? What has happened? Did it change on its own?
I don't know. I wasn't watching. But my face is no longer my face. Well, I mean, actually it is. It's currently my face. It's my icon. Which is even funnier, because it is my icon that it's looking at.
That is true.
Yeah, it did that when you switched to typing ads.
Yeah, no, okay, I can fix it. Hold on, I can go here, and then if I do this, no, it still changes the focus. No, it changed the focus back. Wow, it's mostly cleavage at the moment, which I have no qualms with, but the timing being what it was. That won't get confusing.
Yeah, censor that cleavage with your hair, Miriam.
No, don't do that. It's fine. You're in costume.
I've done my best. You just get to live with what I currently have.
Yeah, it's within terms of service as long as she has the corset on. Because it's obviously a costume.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what we're going to tell Uncle Jeff.
I've got a corset, I've got little...
Forges aren't coming here. There's 6 of us.
There are no female presenting nipples. Great.
Anyway, let's put up Streamlabs instead of this nonsense, so that what have I done? Lampay, please. Please, sir. Alright, but this, it ain't for nothing they call me the Supreme Chancellor. And by the, I mean... Okay, everything is fine. Everything is working. Except that you need to roll a, what do we call it in this game?
Communication or insight?
I don't have access from that screen. It's neat though.
Unless, of course, I'm rolling a maneuver to not fall into the steel, but...
Players taking notes? My God! I've died and gone to heaven. Roll a... Well, I'm not used to it.
I just saw Trinity U, and I forgot about that.
Roll a communicate.
Okay, it's not a bad stat. No modifiers. Submit.
Oh, nice. There's a success. A
success, no ones. Fantastic. Okay, Thoughtful Sandwich hides on the other side of the robot and says, again, as though this has not happened after you tried to convince them that you mean them no harm. Hello. I'm sure that we will get along well, and we will be working together pretty frequently. Still, can they say something that is true? It's starting to...
I highly doubt that. Do you know where the phone goes?
It goes in there!
And, I'm gonna follow it.
Okay, well, see you at lunch. And I'll back off, not like my hands up or anything, but just like turn around and walk away.
The odor in the room noticeably changes. It gets considerably less anxiety.
Okay, cool.
He is skittish.
Yeah.
There's
hello.
as he runs across the room.
Oh goodness! He starts looking like he's going to try to climb the robot, but the robot is in motion. He doesn't.
Whoa.
He doesn't seem to like the robot much more than he likes you, because he knows that he could crush him like the bug he is.
Enduring.
Do you want to go get the professor while I make sure the pilot doesn't die?
Hey! I recognize those!
And to give you an idea, I think I could
you
take a thoughtful sandwich.
You enter a break room. In fact, it looks like it's an entire cafeteria, but there's surprisingly little in it for that being the case. It's one of the many things in this place that's going to come to make you feel as though it were meant to be manned by considerably more people than are currently in it. There are tables, which are aluminum. They are obviously recycled from... Actually, some of them look like they have what might be battle damage on. But the seating in here is all made out of Mirai recycled carapace, which is something that they do sometimes to save materials. They get carapaces from other creatures that live in their environments or on their worlds. Because it's enduring, it keeps well, it doesn't rot. It's an excellent building material.
I mean, at this point, whatever's left over is the better, more like held up equipment and material, right?
Yeah.
Anything that degrades or destroys over a short period of time is gone.
Well, yeah, it's probably been replaced, but not everything in here was meant to last. It's just that, you know,
there's only so long things can
there
last.
was a war. Anyway, down in the corners there are blinking monitors that have some equivalent to a KDS system or something, which does not seem to be in use currently. And there aren't any humans here, so you don't know. But these would have been vending machines at one time. And the vending machines have been replaced by just a big fridge filled with quite a lot of edamame. There's tons of fucking full-on fresh soybeans in the fridge.
If this is a Soylent joke, I'm gonna kick your ass, Lampe.
Kitchen display.
No, I wish it was.
A Soylent joke. Oh, okay. Well, there's soy. If there are lentils anywhere in...
Miriam, there is so much soy. He went over that. There are so many soybeans.
Yes, but are there lentils?
I don't think so. I don't know how you grow lentils.
There's a bean.
I know it's a bean. It's also like the opposite of avocado, I think, as far as being able to do it. What's the word I'm looking for? So that it doesn't suck.
Yeah.
I mean, you just plant them in loose soil, right?
I don't fucking know. I'm a line cook, not a farmer.
They either love sun or hate sun.
You're
like,
lucky I
no
have
in-between.
fucking soybeans.
They do
I
not
think they love it.
They will grow in poor soil, but their yield is reduced, and they don't do well in waterlogged soil.
Okay.
They like well drained, rich soil.
So we need to get some rich soil and sunlight and grow lentils.
Yes, you need to grow lentils, I'm sure. Well, I mean, we didn't cover what kind of scientist you were, did we? We were even talking about doing that. Maybe you're a lentil scientist.
We're talking about it.
It's usually fungus with your people. Oh, God, I would kill for morels. Do you know what I would... They just grow wild here. Why can I not get morels? I have to buy them fucking $15 for a fistful at the store. It's bullshit. But I digress. I'm on a lot of stimulants right now. I don't know if you know. The drone grabs your coat off of itself and pins it on a hook on the wall over here, where apparently people are meant to be putting their coats. And then
Wonderful.
it wanders over here to start cleaning up somebody's coffee that they left on the damn table. Probably,
I put my coat on.
probably this asshole. You put your coat on. Okay, you as Curiosity Passion is wandering back to the ship. Charles and Traxigor wander out, still arguing. Traxigor shushes him and he says, "I'm not going to prison for you."
Excuse me. I hold up my slate and say, "We have orientation."
You're saying it to the fridge?
No, to the captain and Traxigor.
I'm looking at the fridge,
Oh,
Miriam.
you're looking at the fridge. Okay. Sorry.
Miriam's outed herself as a racist. All the insect people look the same to her.
Wow.
Hey, no. I couldn't tell which the colors.
They are, it's yellow, yellowish green, and green.
The lighter green makes me think of Shara because it's more acidy than the dark green.
Here, 1 second, Miriam. I have a solution. 1 second. There. Does that help?
Yeah, she is now in difficult terrain, which is also cover.
Yeah. Here, no, hey, swap my colors.
What?
You have my colors. Swap colors with.
Why do I? It's supposed to be black. Oh, if I change one, it changes the other. Fuck!
Yeah,
I can't ping.
Some bullshit.
I can't ping in black. Give me cyan.
Oh yeah, go to the purple that I was in.
Partial cyan. All right, what were you?
Yeah, be Traxigor. Traxigor's background.
What were you saying, Jesse?
Well, I was gonna say, like, I hold my tablet up and just like a handwritten note in like a notepad app saying, like, this is our orientation schedule.
Yeah, like.
Professor, don't you have a class?
He looks at you, perplexed. No, I am here on business, though.
Okay, well, we should get going. They're in the cafeteria.
They're where? He wanders in here as though he's surprised that there was a cafeteria. Charles goes in to follow him.
Just, this man is there. This one of my people is skittish, so just walk by him and don't talk to him.
And he goes in.
And he'll be okay.
So, for the record, Lampay, we've been traveling for a few days on the ship, right?
Yes.
I have those three's favorite coffees. I've been
You
getting
prepared
them
to
out
go.
of the KDS.
Yes.
All right. So, for Charles, that'll be any latte that makes him feel like he's not drinking coffee.
Okay.
Counter that I'm doing Traxigor's coffee.
And Traxigor
Oh, okay.
drinks pond scum.
Yeah.
Which, if you're a sea otter, or a river otter in his case, is delicious. He gets about this close and then says, "Hello, sandwich," and flicks a disc of salt at the mantis creature.
Yeah.
Sandwich says, "Oh, hello, Traxigor. It's a pleasure to see you." But then looks down at the disc and gives a very heavy sigh, and then starts rubbing the disc against their mandibles. Just give them a wide berth, Traxigor says, very much doing that. Real genius, you know. You'd be surprised. And then Charles is just like sort of hesitant over here. It is really hot in here.
I really like Charles. He's funny.
If I heard that, I
Charles.
yell in, that would be the lava lamp.
The lava lamp, he says, looking at the forge.
But you can't cook cold, right?
It's a language barrier thing.
You imagine being too close to that thing and it'd cook your flesh right off your bones? The Traxigor goes, "Oh yes, in an instant."
You have experience with that, Traxigor? I say, with complete trust that he absolutely does, and that is not suspicious at all.
He does not answer the question. He and Charles each sit in a crab chair.
I hand Charles his coffee, and then I hand Curiosity Passion her coffee.
Ah, sweet. Creamer with a little bit of coffee in it.
I'm
Still,
I
Like you like it.
it still
what
tastes like
do
there might
we
be some
like?
coffee in here, but that's life.
Like, what are the Mirai like as a flavor profile? Because really bitter coffee is going to be weird to.
Well, I just
Our
canonized
species, right?
salt, apparently. And we know that
Yeah.
they eat mushrooms.
I'm gonna offer Traxigor a cup of what looks like matcha.
Probably extremely low, probably something extremely low acid. But I imagine that, like an Indian coffee, of course, you'd probably just eat the beans. I don't know if you drink
I feel like
sludge.
it'd be more likely they drink things like
Look, if I hand
They have
him,
mandibles.
well, if I hand her a cup of coffee beans,
Yeah.
then that's that.
That's why I think they drink tea, because they don't actually drink either of those things. They actually just eat it.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I think they just mow down on the beans. And I
they're
love
just
chocolate
like,
covered coffee beans.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Nerve,
what
nerve,
it sounds
nerve.
like to me.
Delicious.
Yeah, cappuccino, actually.
All right. So what I handed you was a cup of chocolate-covered coffee
It's
beans.
a cup of beans. Half of the beans are actually soybeans, but that's because you couldn't.
Goddamn soybeans.
A cup of coffee beans into the cup, and then a shit ton of soybeans. Like, fuck it.
No, it's the mixture. The mixture with the soy. It's like having soy creamer.
Oh yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Traxagor's cup looks like matcha tea. It is not matcha tea, but it looks like that.
It's pond scum.
Caffeinated pond scum.
Exactly.
Slightly warm.
Exactly.
This is how Father used to drink it. Fat bat.
Oh.
See if she's still in chat. But yeah, no, I take it and drink the drink you gave me.
Or eat the drink I gave you.
Eat the drink you gave me, and it kind of gets me a little bit wired. So.
Also, for the record, I assume I'm at least one head taller than you.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
short.
Yeah.
It wanders over here. The drone wanders over and starts trying to do your dishes.
No, I pulled the tablet up.
Yeah. Jaxagor holds on to the cup so it can't take it from him. Out of
Yeah,
experience.
I pat it gently, and then dexterously tilt it and push it away so that it goes somewhere else.
When you start making contact
and
with...
the parrot walk up to you and you just grab their head and turn it around and let them just keep running, that kind of thing.
When you start touching it, it starts trying to get a hold of your fingers.
That's adorable.
So this thing
much
cleans.
faster and more dexterous than it.
Yeah. It is very clumsy.
Yeah.
That's weird, Charles says. It doesn't try to do that with anybody else. He starts poking it. He pulls out his slate and starts typing something.
Oh, you copying me? Do you need to copy our orientation schedule? I can just send it to you.
What? He says. Oh, he says as it suddenly dawns on him that he works here now. And then he deflates, like somebody letting the air out of a balloon.
Aha, the deflation of science.
He pulls out a cable and attaches it to his slate, and then says, "Here, hold still, little guy." And he jams the other end of it into the drone and starts typing on it.
Oh, be gentle. I pet it reassuringly, as if it was a dog that's just been assaulted by a veterinarian.
He freezes suddenly, tilts his head a little at the slate, pushes a couple more buttons, and then he says, "Hey, Quell, put your hand out again."
Yeah. Well, I'm already petting it.
When you put your hand out and hold it still, it starts trying to give you a manicure. No kidding, he says. He starts going through his slate again, and he's obviously scrolling. Who did this? That's crazy.
Nice.
They must have been a Thren.
I snoop over his shoulder, full knowledge that I will have no idea what it says.
It's just code.
Charles,
Yeah.
question: Does the Roomba have a name?
I can give it one if you want.
Wait, is Charles the one doing that?
Yeah, Charles is a
one.
Charles is a computer expert.
Nice.
That's why he knew all that shit about the computer earlier.
Yeah,
Why it's
I
wrong.
would like. I asked him what its primary protocols are and how important it is.
Its primary protocol seems to be prevent leakage. It has a secondary protocol, which could be anything. It's military. I'm not going to bother trying to break into it right now. It's probably locked out anyhow. I doubt it could use it. And then it starts to get subroutines, which were obviously added fairly recently. And those subroutines are extremely specific. They're instructions for doing that with your hand right now. It pulls out a couple of vials and shakes them in front of you. One of them is like a dark purple, and the other one is a deep pink.
Nice. I point at the purple one.
It starts painting your nails purple.
Hey, Quell, what's its name?
I think Bubbles should name it.
Thank you for your time. Like, comment, subscribe, and share.